Colossians 3:17 that we always go to when we start off. And it says, and whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Yahushua, giving thanks to Yahweh, the Father, by him. So everything we do, we give glory to the Father and to the Son. And the topic is about being married, the Shabbat, violence, all these things is plaguing our people. So we're up against this every day. These are the things that's plaguing us as a people, okay? And in order for us to get out of this, we got to what? Follow the Most High. Follow who? His Son, Yahushua, who he sent down. So, he's that beacon of light. That's what's going to lead us to the Most High. So we have to believe in his Son, who he sent down. It tells you that when you read the whole chapter of John, it tells you that. And he himself tells you that. Hey, I'm here to do the will of my Father. So, and you got a lot of churches that saying Yahushua is God. But that brings more confusion amongst our people. Okay? Go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14:22. And it says, moreover, this was not enough for them, that they err in the knowledge of the Most High. And you see the whole earth is error in the knowledge of the Most High. Y'all were just talking about, we were talking about Easter. Easter has nothing to do with the Bible. Did Esau celebrate it back then? Yeah, they did, but it has nothing to do with our people. It has nothing to do with the Most High, And it says, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, and that's what you see in the earth right now, the great war of ignorance amongst everyone. So now it multiplied millions and millions of times now, because now what? You got YouTube, you got TikTok, you see all the ignorance of the people. Everybody wants to be on TV, everybody wants to be the man. You see that in the earth today. And it's a thing that our people must come out of that wickedness of me. And whether you in America, whether you in the four corners of the earth, but everybody looks at this place as the beacon of light, as far as like everybody wants to come here. And let me read it one more time. And it says, moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of Yahweh, but whereas they live the great war of ignorance. And that's what you see in the earth today. The great war of ignorance amongst the people. And our people have to, like I said, have to come out of that. And how they come out of that? By us teaching them the Most High's laws, so they can wake up. So let's go to Revelation 1 and 3. Revelation 1 and 3. This is what's plaguing our people. It's the easiest thing. It's plaguing our people. Revelation 1 and 3. It says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So us as awakening people, as far as our people as Israelites, the time is at hand. This is in Revelation, Yahushua said this. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So everything that we see, that we teach in every Shabbat, the laws, the basic things, don't eat shrimp, don't hate thy brother, these are the things that we have to hold. These are the simple things, These are the simple things that we need to understand if we want to get closer to the Most High. Just the basics. And these are the basic things that we teach. Could we go into depth about certain things? But that's not important right now. Important is trying to get our people right in the guidance of with the laws. And as you're doing that, the Most High is going to show you certain things as you're reading the scriptures. That's how I learned, of reading the scriptures. Okay? So let's go to Exodus 22 and 16. Let you guys get there for a minute. So Revelation 22:16, and it says, "And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her, he shall surely endure her to be his wife." Meaning, if he take her or lie down with that woman, that means he has to take her as to being his wife. But if you look at society today, it's not like that. The society says you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. And these are the things that we, as us coming in this truth, these are the things that we have to fight. Is it a battle? Yeah, it's a battle. Because we was once in that world, but at the same time, we're still in this world. And it's a battle that we have to fight. Those are just little things. You'll see a beautiful girl, you'll be like, oh, wow, she's pretty. But at the same time, you see the outfit that she has on. It's not proper outfit that the Most High allow women to wear. So those are just little things. And nobody can say, or any sister or brother can say, oh, no, I ain't think about that. No, you do think about those things because you're in the world. But at the same time, you divert right back to the scriptures like, oh, man, no, that ain't right. So, and that's what I mean when you read the scriptures. This is going to give you guidance in life. And you're going to stumble. It's going to happen. But what? You can get right back up and get back on your feet again. You're the highest, or your congregation, or whatever, you're the lowest in your congregation. We're all going to stumble. Okay. So let's go to Tobit. So Tobit 7 and 13. It says, then he called his daughter Sarah, and she came to her father, and he took her by the hand and gave her to be his wife, Bias. And behold, take her after the law of Moses and lead her away to the father. And he blessed them. He called Edna, his wife, and took paper and did write an instrument of covenants and sealed it. So even back then, they had wedding vows or signatures of, this is my wife, even back then. So don't tell your body, well, that's the white man. No, we did that back then too. Made her what? Our wife. A signature as being our wife. But even back then, we had covenant of signatures of, who we married back then, according with the laws that we had back then. Matthews 19 and 5. So Matthews 19 and 5. So right now I'm going over just a little bit of the marriage part of it. This is Matthew 19 and 5. It says, and said, for this cause shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twine shall be one flesh. And that's out of Yahweh's mouth. That's in the law. What? In Genesis, it tells you that. They should become as one flesh. Okay? But as you see, as the world is not like that. So we can, as society, say you can be with that woman or be with that man and do whatever you want. These are the things that we have to swim through and fight these things. Because we didn't know none of these things back then, because we was in the world back then. We was, some of us was a lot younger. We was in the world back then. We thought everything was, cool, but that's not so according to the scriptures. That's the law. Okay? So let's go to Ecclesiastes 27 and 1, which is Sirach 27 and 1. That's in the Apocrypha. And I'm going to read verse 1 and 2. It says, many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh for the abundance will turn his eyes away. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so do sin stick close between buying and selling. Like I was telling you earlier, sin is all around us. And these are the things that we have to fight. Okay? Even on the Sabbath day that we have to fight. I remember we was in camp, and we had one brother. Somebody want to probably know this one. We was in San Francisco, and we had to park the car, but we had to pay the meter. And we told the one brother that was with us, "Hey man, take this money over there and go get some coins so you can put it in the meter, so we won't get a ticket." But his mind was so wrapped around the we ain't supposed to buy us, he couldn't understand. So we kept saying, "Man, you need your money to put in the meter so you can get a ticket." And he kept saying, "Man, it's a Sabbath. We're not supposed to do that." We're like, "Brother, we're waking up our people. We're doing a good thing." I said, you have to go put the meter. If not, we will get a ticket. He couldn't understand that. So when you in the scriptures, everybody's not going to understand, and he couldn't understand. His mind was stuck where we're supposed to buy or sell on the Sabbath. Like, yes, we're not supposed to. What are we doing? We're doing a good thing, teaching out here amongst our people. And I said, we have to use common sense, brother. But he couldn't understand it. We were like sitting there like yelling at the brother, like, take the $5 over there and put coins in the meter. So those are little things that, some people don't understand. I give you another story. There was another brother. It was a sister. You know how back in the day when a woman came on a cycle, how they used to carry pillows with them, if you know the history of it. And, you're not supposed to sit where they sit. So the brother was a young guy, he didn't know. Well, he didn't understand, but he was arguing with us. And he's like, "Man, that's unclean if a woman touches something and you touch it." I'm like, "Yeah, but how you gonna know in this world if she's not on her menstrual cycle?" And but he couldn't understand that. And we're like arguing back and forth. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, wow, he's not understanding where we're at in this kingdom. He's thinking that we're in the kingdom right now, and you must follow it to a T. And it's impossible to follow to a T because we're not in our kingdom. And a lot of brothers, they get so hard bent that, no, you've got to follow Sabbath to a T. But that's not the case. So a lot of brothers work on the Sabbath. It happens. All we can do is just pray for our brothers and sisters that they have to work on the Sabbath. They might keep other laws of not eating shrimp and crabs and stuff like that, but most of the other laws, but they just have to work on the Shabbat. Do you ridicule that brother or sister? No, you shouldn't have, because you have to understand where you're at. So I ain't going to tell you no more stories, but Nehemiah 10:31. I'm going to give you an example. Nehemiah 10:31. Between the hardcore and the brothers with understanding. And if the people of the land bring ware of any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath day. So we knew as a people that any of the heathens that we're not supposed to buy or sell. Okay? Us as a nation, we knew that back then. Now, is the majority of our people going to know to buy or sell this on the Shabbat? No. They're not going to know. They don't even understand that they're Israel. So let's stay at Nehemiah. Let's go to Nehemiah 13 and 16. Nehemiah 13 and 16. I'm going to read all the way down to verse 19. And it says, there dwelt men of Tyre also therein, which brought fish, and all manner of ware on on the Sabbath unto the children of Judah and Jerusalem. Then I content with the nobles of Judah and said unto them, what evil thing this that ye do, and profane the Sabbath day? Did not your fathers thus, and did not your power, Yahweh, bring all these evils upon us and upon this city? Yet you bring more wrath upon Israel by profaning the Sabbath. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath, I commanded that the gates should be shut, and charged that they should not be opened till after the Sabbath. Some of my servants see I at the gates that should no burden be brought in on the Sabbath day. Nehemiah time, he understood, and some people try to tell on the Shabbat. He let them know, like, hey man, you ain't supposed to be doing it on the Shabbat. You know, especially with the nation, knowing that who we were, that we was Israel, and we disobeyed the Most High's laws during that time. So let's go to Exodus 20 and 8. Exodus 28. It says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Yes, we have to keep it holy. Today, we still have to keep it holy. I'm not telling you to break the law, but you have to come to an understanding of the law, what the Sabbath means, and what it's meant for us to do as a people. But not only that, but you have to understand the situation that you're in. You have to remember the Sabbath. Now you come waking up and come to the truth. And now, okay, well, I know the Sabbath. I can buy or sell. You know, I see I wasn't going to do no story, but I did. But my story, where, as you know, I knew who I was, I came to the truth. When I woke up, I had to work on the Shabbat, but I knew, okay, Lord to forgive me. At the same time, I was like, okay, well, I'm on the Shabbat. Okay, well, I'm not going to cook on the Shabbat while I'm at work. So I would bring my sandwich, bring a salad, you know, and I would eat. I'm at work, though, but at the same time, I'm not going to I'm going to pop something in the microwave or cook something on the stove while I'm at work, you know. But at the same time, am I breaking the Most High's law about working? Yes. Is it of my power? No. It'd be like, well, you know, I prayed, and the Most High finally blessed me to a situation that I got off on the spot. You know? So those are little things that we have to understand on those. So you a few examples. Go to Luke 13 and 10. Even back then, they had a hard time. Okay, Luke 13 and 10 says, and he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Shabbat, Sabbath. Behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years and was bound together. It could in no wise lift up herself. And when Yahweh saw her, he called her to him and said unto her, woman, thou art loosened from thy infirmity. That's what he said to this woman. You can go all the way to verse 17. And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified Yahweh. And the ruler of the synagogue answered with indignation because Yahweh had healed on the Sabbath day. And he said unto the people, there are 6 days in which man ought to work in them. Therefore come and be healed, and not on the Sabbath day. The Lord then answered him and said, thou hypocrite, do not each one of you on the Sabbath loosen his ox or his ass in the stall and lead him away to watering? So, Howard is great, man. So he's giving an example of showing them, you guys farmers, right? You got to give the animal his water. So obviously you got to move the animals where the animals get this water on that day. I was maybe calling the guy a hypocrite, you know. I'll keep reading. And it says, "It ought not this woman be a daughter of Abraham, who Satan had bound low? These 18 years be loosened from the bonds on the Sabbath day." And when he had said these things, all the adversaries were ashamed, and all the people rejoiced for all the glorious things that were done by him. Let's get another example. Let's go to John 5:1. John 5:1. It says, "After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Yahushua went up to Jerusalem. Now there at the Jerusalem by the sheep market, a pool which is called the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, and 5 porches. These lay a great multitude of impotent folks, of the blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the trouble of the water, stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there which had infirmity 38 years. And Yahweh saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time that caused. He said unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered, said, Sir, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me into a pool. But while I am coming, another step down. Therefore me. Yahushua said unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and he took up his bed and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. Yahushua did a good thing on the Sabbath. Therefore said unto him that was cured, Is the Sabbath day. It is not lawful for thee to carry thy bed. He answered them, and he made me whole. The same said unto me, Pick up the bed and walk. Then asked they him, What man is that which said to thee, Pick up thy bed and walk? And he that was healed wist not who it was, for Yahushua had conveyed himself away, in multitude being in that place. Afterward Yahushua findeth him in the temple, and said unto him, Behold, thou art made whole. Sin no more, lest a worse thing come upon to thee. They would never break this verse down, this last verse, what I just said to you in verse 14, where Yahushua said, Thou made whole again, meaning the Most High healed them now. What did he tell them now? Sin no more. Sin no more, at least a worse thing come upon you. So our people not understand that once you get healed, it's like somebody, an example, like somebody that, say if they like smoke something, or even drink or smoke, and they went in, and the doctor took all the stuff out of the cancer out of it. Said, hey, you shouldn't smoke no more, or you shouldn't drink no more, because these things are going to affect the body. But a month later, you come back smoking again. Like, dude, but hey, lady, like, you just beat the odds of having cancer, and it went away. The Most High made it go away, but here you smoking again. And Yahushua telling them what? Keep the Most High's laws. Don't sin. Whatever your sin might be. He telling you what? To get right, sisters, brothers, to get right. I'll read it again. Behold, thou art made whole. Sin no more, lest a worse thing come upon you. Okay? The Most High always give everybody a warning. I don't care what kind of sickness you got. He's going to give you some kind of warning of your sickness. It's just us have to understand the sickness of what our body is telling us. Back to Nehemiah 8:1. Go back to Nehemiah 8:1. This says, and all the people gathered themselves together as one man unto the street that was before the water gate, that they spoke unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord Yahweh had commanded Israel. Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding upon the first day of the 7th month. And he read therein before the streets that was before the water gate, from the morning until the midday, before the men and the women, those that could understand, and the ears of the people were attentive unto the book of the law. Now, what we're doing today, we're doing the same thing that they're doing, whether we might be the folk on the earth, whoever is on the conference call. Okay, it's the same thing. We're getting understanding of what the scriptures of the law, act, humble ourselves, whether we young or whether we old. We're trying to get understanding of what the Most High is speaking. Okay. Jump to verse 8. So Nehemiah 8:8. It says, so they read the book of the law of power distinctively, and gave the sense and the cause them to understand the reading. So that's what we're trying to do every Shabbat, brothers and sisters, trying to get you an understanding of the scriptures, how to conduct yourselves, how to act on certain things if certain things happen to your life, how to humble yourself in certain things, how to control your anger, how to control your spirit. It's all the scriptures. We just have to follow it. I'm going to go over a few things over that on that. Isaiah 1 and 2. So this is Isaiah 1 and 2. And it says, Isaiah 1 and 2. It says, hear, O Israel, and give ear, O earth. For the Lord Yahweh has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel do not know. My people do not consider. People don't even consider the Most High. They still destroy, because when they talk about the Most High, it's not the Most High that we know. Talking about Esau. Okay? Verse 4. Ah, you sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backwards. And you see our people, they are going away backwards. Okay? We're looking. It's like the Most High is looking. We saw our people what? Going backwards. So let's go to Isaiah 3 and 12. Isaiah 3 and 12. And it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of the past. You have to look at it as a nation right now. The only nation that is not of the head of our household. I'm talking about the men. And that's what we're supposed to be, the head of our household. But you don't see that in society. They put our women above us. And most of our women don't understand that they're in the metrics thinking that, okay, well, I got all this money, I'm an independent woman. I could do what I want, but they're not realizing that it took the head of the devil. And there's nothing wrong with a sister making a lot of money. But if you're making a lot of money, you understand that your husband is the head of the household, and you in order. Okay, you're in order, and you don't see that in a society. So we know what Esau is doing. Esau is putting our women above us, and that's one of the laws that's broken here in America. All the four corners of the earth. That what Esau is doing. Okay? So those are our sisters that are awakening to understand that. That's those sisters. Even blessed sisters that don't even know. They don't get their wake up call. They're gonna find out the wake up call. It's coming though. But bless the sisters that that's in the truth, that do make what they make, and they understand the concept of them helping their nation also. So let's go to Proverbs 25 and 28. It says, "He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls." And if you look at our people now in the city, but not even in the city, it's all over. In the country, it's like that. A lot of our people, the men, can't control their spirit.
Knock the fuck out! What's wrong with you? And I knocked on his door and I asked him, who you looking for? The nigga talking about go ahead. He just told me to go ahead.
You lucky he didn't.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
This is back-to-back foolishness on his part.
Trying to tell you, bro. Yo. I don't know who this is in front of my door. I'm about to flame this nigga, bro.
Now you're
like, I'm about to flame this car right now.
Because
I don't know what's up because.
Not even paying attention as the car creeps up.
Bro, I'm asking you who you is. You're in front of my door, bro. There's shit going on out here, bro. I'm asking you a simple question, bro.
If shit's going on out here, you shouldn't be out
there. I'm asking you, I don't know who you is, bro. What's up with you? Bro, this is my block. You just sitting there. I asked you a simple question, bro. You're not saying nothing, bro. You didn't say nothing, bro. This is my block. Shit going on around here, bro. That's why I'm asking you a question.
Never do this, solutionaries. Never.
No, it's not all white people that live on this block, bro. All right, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
What are you arguing with somebody for, yo?
Exactly. I'm assuming that's his mother.
What is wrong with you?
Why are you arguing with these people? It's wisdom.
I'm not going to do the action, bro. If you waiting for somebody, he's not talking back to me first. Come on, go ahead. Go ahead. He don't make no sense.
It doesn't make sense. That elder is correct.
Bro, look, this nigga still sitting right here, bro.
Don't you rap. So now he knows who he is.
No, bro.
Random person walking through minding their business.
You not trying to pull out. What's going on? I'm about to blame you, bro.
Ain't you Pat?
Bro, wallahi, I asked you 5 questions. I just knocked it. Bro, you in a bullshit wheel with no lights on.
Now you're insulting his vehicle.
I just asked you. Huh? Bro, somebody shut you. Bro, are you listening to what I'm saying, bro? Somebody hit my crib up before, bro. You sitting in front of my crib,
telling somebody that you don't know. Having this conversation.
Yo! What is wrong with him? What the fuck? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Yo!
Sympathetic nervous system is kicking in.
Come on!
Adrenaline is keeping his body up.
I just stole this dumbass! Come on! Oh my God! Hurry up, man!
A lot of our people, the men, can't control their spirit, and that's why you see the city the way it is. Like when you come out, you see trash all over the place. Come out, just throw trash. We used to be out there. We was out speaking in Oakland. We'll come out the store, and they'll unwrap the thing and just throw the trash can right there. Unwrap the trash, and they just throw it on the ground. I just sit there and be like, dang, man, like, The trash can is right there. You know what I mean? But those are our people that's destroyed. Stay in Proverbs. Go to Proverbs 16 and 32. Those are little things. It says, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a seat. Okay? I'll read it again. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. Okay? So meaning that, let's say someone roll up on you, and he's so angry. I'm not saying don't protect yourself, but I'm saying, as far as, I'm sure you guys see it on YouTube or you see it on your Instagram, whatever you see, where people just roll up and just might just pull out a gun and start shooting the other person. But then you get in trouble for protecting yourself, for shooting the guy. But basically just humble yourself. If somebody crazy, just walk away. Like I tell my kids, hey, just walk away. Don't even get in the fight. Now, if the dude jump on you, it's a different story. Then you got to protect yourself. But at the same time, just walk away. We'll stay in Proverbs 16, jump up to verse 20. And it says, he that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth in Yahweh, happy is he. I'll read it again. He that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whosoever trusteth in the Lord, happy is he. You got to know how to handle a matter. You know? Now, the person, like I said, if you jump on it, it's a whole different story. But that's how you humble your spirit. Like just walk it away. You know what I mean? Because you got to look at the society as a whole. The whole society is what? It's about me. Look at me. I'm the greatest. We're going to stay in Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs 17 to 28. It says, even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. He that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. See? Those are little things you can highlight, you know, within the scriptures. If you can hold your spirit like that, hey, man, you're the greatest man. You know, humble your spirit. And proving that was Yahweh Shah. You know, he was that prime example. And he had the power. So he could have just looked at you and just turned you to ashes. But he didn't use that power because he understood and he knew what the Most High wanted him to do on the earth. And that's how we got to be. We got to follow the path of what? Yahweh Shah. He was that prime example. Just like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Who they followed? They followed the Most High. Just like that. Go to Isaiah 51 and 20. Isaiah 51 and 20. My sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in the net, they are full of fury of the Lord. You look at our people. Well, you don't find them as much in the corner, but they're out there. Of our people, the youngsters, they robbing, they stealing, in broad daylight. Scriptures fit perfectly to our people. Our sons have fainted. They lie in the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. These guys are young. They're like 15, 16, 17, 20, and they put their whole life away, robbing, killing somebody. Most High tell like that wild bull in the net. You can't tame them, you know. And it's a sad thing because you see, I'm sure you guys see it on your news feed. You know, you're seeing these young guys getting locked up, 20 years old. They're in there for life. They wasted their whole life, you know, not understanding who they are as a people and how great they are as a people. But they got to come out of that, what we were talking about earlier, first verse. Great war of ignorance. They got to come out of that. You know they're in the cesspool of America, in the four corners of the earth. Okay? But what's going to bring them back to the Most High is this Bible. And that's what they have to come back to if they want salvation. Come back to the Most High. Okay? Let's go to Leviticus 5 and 1. Leviticus 5 and 1. And it says, and if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing, and it is a witness, whether he have sinned or known of it. If he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity. How they say don't snitch? No, you're supposed to tell what happened. If you saw something, of known of it. If somebody telling you that means they mind is destroyed. Oh, don't tell them that. No, you just saw your son or your mom or somebody just killed somebody. You saw it. Hey, you're supposed to tell them. You know what I mean? You're supposed to tell them, and that's in the law. I just read it right now, just now. So let's go back to Isaiah 52:1. Isaiah 52:1. We're going to go out with verse 10. It says, Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garment, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come unto thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Shake thyself from thy dust. Arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loosen thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Zion. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, ye have sold yourself for naught, and you shall be redeemed without money. And that's another thing I have people to understand. You keep talking about reparations. You're not going to get no reparation from this man. You're not going to get it. The Most High just spoke it right here. You're not going to be redeemed without money. Money's not going to save you. And that's what our people have to understand. Even if the people said, okay, we're going to give you all this money, Jacob's going to what? He's going to spend it in the clubs, smoking weed. I mean, it's going back to the enemy anyway, so it don't matter if he gave you money. You're giving him back the money. I'll keep reading. It says, For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, my people went down aforetime unto Egypt to sojourn there, and the Assyrians oppressed them without cause. Now therefore, what have I here, saith the Lord Yahweh, that my people is taken away for naught. They that rule over them will make them to howl, saith the Lord Yahweh, and my name continually every day is blasphemy. Therefore my people shall know my name, therefore they shall know in that day that I am that doeth speak of. Behold, it is I. How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publish peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publish salvation, that saith, Zion, thy God, Yahweh, reigneth. Thy watchmen shall lift up thy voice. Who's the watchman, people? We're the watchmen. What we're doing, we're lifting to the voice of the Most High. That's what we do every Shabbat. Every Shabbat, to the best of our ability. Okay? Whether we're out in the street, or whether we're on a conference call, or whether you sit down with a brother. We are the watchmen. Okay? You sisters too. The watchmen shall lift up the voice, with the voice together shall they sing, for they shall see eye to eye when the Lord shall bring again Zion. Okay? In that day they're going to see the Most High is going to redeem us from the hand of our enemy. So let's go to Isaiah 2:11. Isaiah 2:11. The lofty looks of a man shall be humble, and the haughtiness of men shall bow down, and the Lord Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord Yahweh of hosts shall be upon every one that is proud and lofty, and upon every one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. Okay? When that time comes, when Yahweh shall come, everybody's going to be brought low in that day. They're going to bow down to Yahweh Shah, okay, in that day. So that was a little bit of as far far as talking about violence amongst our people. Proverbs 16:31. It says, the hoary head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness. I'll read it again. The hoary head is a crown of glory. So, meaning that a hoary head, when you get gray hair, it's a blessing to have gray hair or to get old. Because if you look at society today amongst our people, a lot of them ain't making it past 20, 25. So what the youngsters be like, OG, I'll be like, yeah. Hopefully one day you'll get where I'm at, man. I still got a long way to go, but you know, that's what they call you, the OG. But I tell them, hey man, it's a blessing if you get to where I'm at. I said, you're young right now, but hopefully you'll get to be where I'm at. And a lot of the youngsters don't understand. If you make it 30, 35, 40, let me read it one more time. It says, the hoary head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness. Proverbs 17:5. It says, whosoever mocketh the poor and reproacheth his maker, and he that is glad of calamities shall not be unpunished. So whosoever mocketh the poor, you see a lot of that too in the world. You know, people mocking the poor. And in some sense, we don't know what they went through in life, or if they lost their job. You know, some of them might have mental issues and stuff like that. I think I was watching something, some guy was driving around beating up homeless people. That's just like pure evil. And sometimes you never know who you might be beating up. It might be one of the angels, not realizing what you're doing. 2 Kings 2, verse 23. Verse 23 and 24. And it says, and he went up from thence unto Bethel. And as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And he turned back and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of Yahweh. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the woods, and tear 42 children of them. Okay? So be careful when you be mocking people. You know, it might be an angel. You never know. You know? So we got like 3 more verses. So let's go to Titus 2 and 3. Go to Titus 2 and 3. And it says, the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as become holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. What's the good things? About the Most High, how he's supposed to act, how he's supposed to conduct ourselves. But the world is so backward now, you got the women in their 50s and 60s trying to be like they're in their 20s. It's amazing to me. I'm like, lady, you like 50 years. I'm not saying you're supposed to look nice, but I'm saying they're trying to look like they're in their 20s, and like, no, you don't look like you're in your 20s. Like you're an older woman. Act like an older woman. You know, you act an older woman and still be beautiful. You know. Verse 4. They that teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chastity, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husband. I know it's a battle, because it is a battle. Because even for the men, we got to teach the young guys how to be men. And it's a battle, you know. Go to 1 Ezra 4 and 23. And it says, for it was not my mind to be curious of the high things, but of such as pass by us daily, namely, wherefore Israel is given up as a reproach to the heathen, and for what cause the people whom thou hast loved is given over unto ungodly nations, and why the law of our forefathers is brought to naught. and the written covenants come to none effect. And we pass away out of the world as grasshoppers. And our life is astonishment and fear, and we are not worthy to obtain mercy. What will he then do unto the name whereby we are called? Of the things have I asked. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world has fast to pass away. And that's what I was saying to you, brothers and sisters. The more you search in these scriptures, the more the Most High is going to open your eyes up and you're going to see. But in a humble way. Not, he showed me this, and no, he ain't show nobody else but me. It's like, no, you do it, you research, you talk amongst the brother, and you go over the scriptures with the brother. And I got one more verse. Let's go to Matthew 22 and 36. It says, Master, which is the greatest commandment in the law? Yahweh said unto him, Thou shalt love Yahweh thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like upon it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang on the law and the prophets. Okay? So with that, so anybody have any questions? So
right. So just because you're working on the Sabbath day, don't mean you go all off. Like you say, you take your lunch and you prepare, so you still try to be obedient, and then you ask for forgiveness, and hopefully he'll make that happen so you don't have to work on the Shabbat anymore. And I'm a prime example of that. I'm 2 weeks of not working on the Shabbat, and it's wonderful. But I give all praise to him for making that happen, because I felt bad, but I had to feed my family. And the book says, if a man don't work, he don't eat.
Right. But what did the Pharisee do when he was healing the people on the Shabbat? They would get mad at him, like, hey man, but that's them not understanding the scriptures, and that's what I mean by us. We have to understand the scriptures in the time that we're in as a people. We're not ruling right now. Now, we was ruling. It's a whole different story now. We're not ruling as a people.
You wouldn't even be asked the word. I know, but that was good when you brought out Nehemiah. He asked one of his guys to go out there and watch the gate. So he did put in the work, but it was for a good purpose. And
like I said, Yahweh was healing people on the Shabbat. You imagine somebody being, had infirmity for 37 years and they got healed on the Shabbat? And what did he tell them after he did all that? What did he tell them? Sin no more.
Yeah, you're right.
Greater things are going to come upon you. But see, that's the thing that the churches they skip that part. He said, don't sin no more. Then he tells you, okay, yeah, then the greater things are going to come upon you. So meaning, okay, I cured you. But now if you keep sinning, guess what? I'm going to have something even worse happen than when you was crippled. I'm going to have, I don't know, get hit by a car or, I don't know, something else. You know what I mean? Like, those are the things that should be teaching our people, those things. Because he tell you, don't sin no more. Even the woman that had 7 husbands, what did he tell her? No, yeah, you had 7 husbands. He knew that she was messing around. But what did he tell her? Don't sin no more. Those are little things that we have to come understanding in the scriptures. And like I said, you're gonna come to other brothers in the truth, and they might have a different outcome than you have. It's just a part of life, and knowing the scriptures. It's basically it's common sense, really. When you read the scriptures.
Yeah. The Sabbath, I'm from a little different, and I just want to offer this to you because I understand everything you're saying, and I believe it. Especially for those, just like those who come awakened at a point in their life where they already have things, like they already got a job and it's working on the Sabbath, they working with whatever, or they already got a heathen wife, or they already got their bodies all tatted up from head to toe, or whatever the case may be. I'm not talking about that. I'm speaking about the ones that may be able I'm speaking on the Sabbath now. I can talk on all those points, but I just want to stick to the content that you brought out. That from experience I'm speaking, and also from being a little hoary-headed of experiencing things, I would say to those who take jobs to try something. I do it everywhere, ever since I've been awakened in the truth. And before I get into that, I just want to say this. I am not the best Sabbath keeper. I am when it comes to the weekly Sabbath, but I still have work to do on the other Sabbaths that are just ceasing from working during the high holy day period, because there are Sabbaths through those, as we all know, that I need to get better in getting those off. So I'm not speaking like I do everything correctly, because I, too, in that regard, fall short. But I'm going to correct that. But getting back to the weekly Sabbath, what I have tried, and I've said it several times on there, try it, you all. If you taking a new job, new position, they switch your schedule around. If you got this thing, you say, oh, I got to get this because I need money, or whatever the case may be, squash that for a second and put your trust in the Most High for keeping what He wants to do, and give a little effort if you haven't. If you've done this, I'm not talking to you, but if you haven't, just give a little effort to go in as a king, as knowing who you are inside and who you are to the Most High, and ask of your boss this simple question. Hey, I'm a Sabbath keeper. The Sabbath falls on Friday night to Saturday night. Is it possible that I can work such and such a day and still get my hours in and also keep my Sabbath? You will be mind blown. At least I have been every time. I'm not going to speak for you all. I have been every time that I've never, ever, ever had any resistance when it's brought to them. I think a lot of us may shy down thinking, nah, I just got this, I'm on probation or something, and that tells me, or it would feel to me as though I'm not giving enough trust in the Most High to handle something that I'm trying to do that He told me to do. And just try it, and don't just succumb to breaking these Sabbaths without trying to put forth effort. I'm not saying everybody on the conference call is doing this. I'm just offering suggestions in case this comes to you and a brother's asking you about this. Don't be so quick to say, oh, man, we're in captivity. Go ahead and do this and just pray to the Most High. Try this also. Ask of them, because guess what, y'all? They have laws in this land of captivity as well as we have laws in our book, the Torah. The laws in this captivity is that, because if you were Shemitic, which you are, if you was one of these fake Jews, you had your little locks and all this other stuff, and you went and told any employer in the land that you want to have Sabbath off, if they said, no, this is your job, blah, 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 man, think about it just for I ain't even got to finish the rest of the sentence. You know you're going to get it. So you being the true one, and you saying you observe the Sabbath, the laws, is as far as how I see them, they can't tell you that you cannot keep your Sabbath. I think the problem is, I'm going to be quiet, is I don't think many of us, but I know many of us that I have seen, I don't think actually put forth the effort to even request it. Especially pray over it first, and then request it. You will be amazed. And I have not worked a weekly Sabbath for those reasons. I've done it when I have to aid someone, and examples that Barzal brought out that Yahweh did when they were helping and doing things. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the people in the field of nursing and things that do that. They're there helping people, but they still also can ask for those days off. You got 6 more days to choose from to make up your calendar, and most employers will switch your calendar around. Has been my experience. All praises. Hallelujah.
And trust me, man, it took me a minute when I finally got mine, and I was like, oh man, I was like, gosh, I got it all. You know, not only that, but I was happy that I can teach earlier than have to wait till I got off work. Then we would go out and teach.
And I do realize too, some employees, some places like those weekends, which Friday and Saturday, are usually reserved for the people who have been on a job a long time who got seniority. So you coming in as a newcomer or don't have seniority like they do, you are forced working the weekends, which include Friday and Saturday, you know what I'm saying? And they have the time off. And they get it off because it comes with the perks of being there for a long time. You know, so I do understand that as well. Some people in those type of setups where, yeah, man, everybody that's new, anybody under 5 years, you got to work these days because all the old people, all the people who, not old in age, but old within that company, they have earned it. And so that's something that was a perk with the job that you get the weekends off. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that too. And it may be at that point, hey, ask Most High to give you a better one, a better job than that. Seek another one. And see what he'll do. I mean, I'm just speaking from only experience. That's all I'm speaking from. And I'm seeing it again even now.
This is the word of the Lord of hosts. I took you from the pastures and from following the sheep to be prince over my people Israel. I have been with you wherever you have gone and have destroyed all the enemies in your path. I will make you a great name among the great ones of the earth. I will assign a place for my people in Israel. There I will plant them, and they shall dwell in their own land.